The first person to legally buy recreational marijuana in Washington state was fired, but they have already been rehired. This is a really interesting story. At 2 p.m. on Tuesday, when recreational marijuana in Washington went on sale, Mike Boyer was the first person in Spokane at Greenleaf, a marijuana dispensary. He was captured on video by local TV station KXLY yelling, "Go Washington," as he purchased 4 grams of sour kush. The network then followed him home and filmed him smoking his legally purchased marijuana. The next day, his employer saw him on TV, called him in and said, "You need to, within 24 hours, submit to a drug test." The test came back positive for THC, and he was subsequently fired after working 12 years for them. So that's where the story may have stopped, but no, it went much further. The temp agency that was giving him 40 hours a week working in the auto auction industry, it's called True Blue Labor Ready, has told the Associated Press that actually they have given him his job back and will be paying him for the day off because he agreed that he was not to have THC in his system when he was working, but he was not scheduled to work that day. So actually, it was wrongful termination. He, of course, did nothing illegal since Washington legalized marijuana, but also he did nothing that violated the agreement he made, which is when I am working, I will not be under the influence of THC. He has been subsequently rehired. So this is just one story, Lewis, but this is actually going to become a big thing because just because something is legalized does not mean that your employer has not told you you have to sign saying you won't do that.
Right. It'll be a rocky road at first, I think, but you would have to assume that eventually the vast majority of employers will kind of warm up to this. I mean, come on, David, even the FBI and the CIA are starting to loosen their restrictions on this type of thing.
Well, but the FBI and CIA are loosening their restrictions where you will not be disqualified from employment if you admit to, at some point in your past, having smoked marijuana. But that is very different. You know, like when you were 16, if you smoked weed, in the past, you would be disqualified from employment.
Oh, that's not true. Just for the purposes of recruiting, they are now trying to get rid of drug tests. They were
the tech guys, right? The computer analysis guys who the FBI was like, we're probably dissuading really good tech people because they smoke weed.
Yeah, and just because of that, they were revisiting their policy.
Wow. Okay, so well, maybe things are changing there. And in any case, we have to remember, you may have signed something with your employer that says, regardless of the law around marijuana, that you will not smoke marijuana. And this is definitely going to become a minefield as legalization continues.